Hello friends, today we will be studying who actually belong to the vulnerable groups. When you talk about vulnerable groups, here we are talking about children. The children who are exposed to greater risks in comparison to their peers. These vulnerable children face many more difficulties, more uncertainty and more danger in their lives. So let us discuss about the key criterion, that is separation. Separation from their parents or families make children vulnerable from the very beginning. And because of this separation, they become more prone to neglect and exploitation. According to the World Bank Toolkit, this lack of family support and protection leads to several negative outcomes. Let's look at them one by one. The first one is loss of education. Here, many of these children become school dropouts. The second one is morbidity. It means they face high chances of illness and poor health conditions. And the third one is malnutrition. Here they suffer from undernourishment, as a result of which we see their unhealthy growth and development. Now, if you look at the right side of the slide, you will see the main categories of vulnerable children. Let us discuss one by one. The first one is street children. What does it mean? These are children who have to live and spend most of their time on the streets or in public places. The street becomes their home. Think of a child who does not have a safe house to go to at night. They might sleep in railway stations, under bridges, or on sidewalks. They often have to find their own food and money, and they don't have an adult to keep them safe. They are always in a vulnerable condition. Then the second one is children engaged in the worst forms of child labor. What does it mean? Let us discuss. This is when children are forced to do very dangerous, hard, or harmful work that steals their childhood and safety. Some children are found while working in dangerous places like mines or with chemicals. It also includes work that is very wrong, like forcing a child to carry weapons or do other illegal things. It's work that hurts their body, mind and spirit and stops them from going to school. Then let us discuss about the third one, that is children affected by armed conflict. What does it mean? Let us know. These are children whose lives have been turned upside down by war or fighting in their country or community. Imagine soldiers, guns and bombs in your neighborhood. These children might have seen their homes destroyed, lost family members, or had to run away to a new strange place to be safe. They are forced to live in vulnerable conditions. Then the fourth one is children living with HIV or AIDS. What does it mean? Let us know. These are children who have a sickness in their blood called HIV or AIDS, as we have already discussed in previous slides. Let us go to the fifth one, and that is children living with disabilities. These children might not be able to walk, so they use a wheelchair. Some might not be able to see or hear. Others might learn things differently or rebel condition. Then the sixth one is orphan. Orphan means, as you know, this is a child whose mother and father have both died. They don't have the two most important people who love and care for them. They might live with a grandparent, another relative, or in a shelter home for children. So, obviously, they will be in a vulnerable condition. Each of these categories tells a story of struggle, isolation and injustice. And remember, vulnerable is not only about poverty, it is also about separation, exclusion and the lack of protection at the same time. Now let's move on to the list of different types of vulnerability and their simple meaning. On the left side, we can see the different types of vulnerability. Here, each type represents a distinct aspect of how individuals or communities can be affected by risks and hazards. Let us read one by one. Social vulnerability, physical vulnerability, economic vulnerability, environmental vulnerability, and attitudinal vulnerability. On the right side, I have given a definition. In my next episode, I will be discussing about each type in detail. Now let us analyze this given definition. Definitions will give you a broader idea of vulnerability. According to the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies 2019, vulnerability is defined as the diminished capacity to anticipate, cope with, resist, and recover from the impact of a natural or man-made hazard. Let's break down and look at the big words in the definition. Diminished capacity, this means the lower ability or less power. To anticipate means, as you know, to see the problem coming and get ready for it. Then to cope with means to handle the problem and manage during the tough time. To recover from means, as you know, to bounce back and get back to normal after the problem is over. And the impact of natural and man-made hazard. Natural, as you know, earthquake, flood, and man-made, as we can say, war or a big accident. So the impact of such man-made or natural hazards always make the children vulnerable. In simple words, vulnerability is when someone or a community does not have the strength, money or resources to prepare for, handle and bounce back from a disaster. Now it's time for the question corner. If you have any doubts, just comment in the comment section below. I will certainly clarify every doubt. Keep learning and keep growing. Finally, thanks for watching. Kindly consider subscribing my channel